there may or may not be a video on Kimanies training today for a couple of reasons. One, it's very cold and raining again. Two, if you remember, I think it was like a month ago, the dentists are all closed because of COVID-19. So they gave me some antibiotics and some pain meds, and after taking them, my mouth pain went away, so I stopped taking them like they told me to save them for if it happened again before they opened up, and it happened again. It hurts to even talk right now. I just want to cry. But anyways, I want to tell you guys Kimani's story because I did find out some more on Kimani's story. And I actually have photos. Wiley, stop. I actually have photos of her herd that she lived with. Unfortunately, I don't know the relations of all of them, but I do know the relations of 3 or 4 of them. And interesting, I already know what color Kimani is gonna be. And I'm kind of disappointed, but I'll get used to it. I'll love her and I won't care what her color is. Let me start off by saying she was black, and I have a photo and I'll put it up. Well, this is backwards, so I'll put it up over here. Whatever, you know what I mean. Sorry, this medicine makes me drowsy and makes me not feel good. Anyways, so Kimani's mom, we're not sure entirely what breed she is. I'll put a picture of her up here. Okay, so I thought, my mistake, I thought there were thoroughbreds running in that herd, but there's not. So there's quarter horses, Appaloosas, Paints, and Belgians. So, I'll start off with Kimani's dad because that is a horror story. I'm not going to get into detail, like full detail, like what I know, but I will tell you the detail of him. And if I had him, I would have named him Thunderhead, and I'm sorry, it's just how big this gelding, or how big this stud is insane, and ow, I just bit my tooth. Sorry if you can see the cats fighting in the background. Anyways, how big this stud is completely insane. So he is half Belgian, draft, and we believe quarter horse because Paints, typically, they're a breed, but they're known for their color. As far as I know, I'm not for breeding or anything like that, so if I got that wrong, go ahead, correct me in the comments. So, anyways, he is half Belgian and what we believe is half quarter horse because Appaloosas and Paints are known for their colors. So we're pretty sure, we know for a fact he was half Belgian. So she's going to be big, and that's probably why in those pictures the knees look swollen. If you actually go back to any video I have of Kimani and pause it and look at her hocks and her ankles, they're huge. They're literally the size of Wiley's head, and I'm not exaggerating. The next time I feel good and go out and film a video, I can zoom in and show you how big her ankles are, hocks are, or whatever. So, the people over there, for some reason, don't like the wild horses, probably because they're like the old-fashioned cowboys where it's my land and they're grazing on it. Well, in my opinion, if you've got so much land that you can't fence it off, that's your problem. And that's just the cold, hard truth, because if you don't want something on your property, you're going to do everything you can to keep it off. And the way that her father died is not how a horse should be dying unless it is in excruciating pain and attacked by a cougar or some animal and bleeding to death. So Kimani's father was shot to death by people who didn't want wild horses on their land. I understand fencing's expensive, but I will never own more than I can fence off, just for that specific reason. And if you have to have hot wire, have hot wire. If you have to have barbed wire, have barbed wire. Maybe put hot wire around your inner pastures, put barbed wire down, and just lay a line of hot wire. Those horses will know what that wire is. But anyways, that's how Kimani's dad died. He was shot to death by some jackbutts. I'm trying not to cuss because I know there are some of you that are really young on here. Thank you guys. really, really sad. I guess he wasn't the only stud that was shot to death. There was a bunch of horses shot to death. There were mares giving birth that were shot to death, from what I've been told by a different person that got a horse from there. Really, really sad story. Man, I wish I could have met that stud, but I'll have a picture of him up here. Now, Kimani's mom, we don't know her breed, so we don't know. I don't know how they know that he's half Belgian. Maybe they did an autopsy when they found him dead. I didn't ask. But this is why that Yakima Reservoir Ryland Horse Rescue, I think is what it's called on Facebook. Anyways, if I can remember, I'll link them down in the comments, or in the description. But they're amazing people to work with. I mean, I had Kimani within a couple of hours after finding out about the Django not coming. I had Kimani already sold to me. So, and then she was supposed to come Friday, and they brought her a day early because they knew how excited I was. And they only charged me $70 to ship her, depending on where you are. I'm actually about 4 hours away from them, so I was actually pretty surprised that they only charged me $70, and they only charged me a $175 fee to adopt her. So this is why they rescue the horses and take them off the reservoir. Now, Kimani's mom, I don't know. She could be a paint. She could be a quarter horse. I doubt it's Appaloosa, because I could be wrong on this, but I think the Appaloosas have that really, really short tail. I think that's what they're known for, besides their coat patterns. Again, I'm not into breeding, so if I'm wrong, go ahead, correct me in the comments. But Kimani's mom, and I'll put a picture of her. Kimani's mom, looks just like Kimani, except more white. Kimani's got more gray. So sadly, guys, Kimani's not going to be a blue roan. Kimani, I will post a picture. She started off black and white. Okay, now she's where she is now, where she's graying out. So in the summer, Kimani will be a super, super, super light gray with white, obviously. And in, I guess, like fall, spring, the winter, autumn, she will darken back to the color she is now. Kimani's mom has a ton more white. And I also got a message on Instagram saying I spelled Kimani's name wrong. This is a horse I paid for, and if I want to spell it wrong, I can spell it wrong. This is the way of the spelling that I like, so it's what I'm going to keep. Just saying, because... Riley, stop barking at the cat. Because I paid for her, so I should have the name the way I want it. Anyways, so they know that Kimani's mom, we're pretty sure, is a quarter horse. Or she could be a paint or a quarter horse is what she is. So Kimani's got draft horse in her. And when I get the money, I'll do a blood test to see whether she's quarter horse or paint, but that's going to be a while because those are expensive. Stop it! So they know that Kimani's 2 because when... Trickster! Stop! Trickster! This is Trickster. Stop it! They know that Kimani is coming to or 2 years old because when they brought in the herd after the stud got shot to death, Kimani's brother was 11 months old and she was bred on her heat cycle. So they breed on the heat cycles, obviously. And can you just lay down and chill out? Would you stop? I don't have anything. Go. Anyways, so when he came in, he was almost a year old. And so they just estimated that she's 2 because her brother was a year old. So, almost a year old. So, that's Kimani's story that I know. That's everything that I know. Would you guys stop? They have the whole room to run and play. And they have to pit each other in a quarter and beat each other up. This is literally all night. This is what they do. The cats growl. Get out of there. The cats growl and fight. And Wiley chases them and barks at them all night. Literally, this is why I get no sleep. Or they'll kill a mouse because we live out in the country and bring it on my bed and bury it on my pillow. But anyway, this has nothing to do with Kimani. I'm sorry, I'm so off track. So that is Kimani's story. That's everything I know. She's at least half Belgian draft horse. That is why I'm getting after her so much right now, because if you have never seen a Belgian draft horse, you need to Google them. But the sorrel that I'll put a picture of is Kimani's dad, and the gray and white is her mom. And then the black and white, that was what Kimani looked like. So if I can fit it up on the screen, I'll put a side by side of before and after what Kimani looked like when she was a yearling and now. So that's as much as I know. I'm sorry it was such a long video. Like I said, this medicine makes me so tired and so drowsy and so out of it. That's why I won't go out and work with the horse when I take it. Because, yeah, I just bit my tooth again. So you have to take safety precautions, and if you know that you can't go out and do something, if you can't focus even in your room, then I would definitely not be out working with the horse if you're on medication. So don't worry, some horses need days off. With Kimani, my plans are getting her to lunge. I mean, her leading forward's already pretty good. So I'm kind of gonna, this may be the wrong thing to do, but I'm gonna skip on that for a little bit. I'm gonna do some here and there, but I'm not gonna like focus, okay, come forward, and just like a lot of people, when they're teaching a horse to halter or break, all they want to do is focus on the forward. And as we seen yesterday, there's a lot of other things that need to be worked on before we go forward, because I have to be standing beside her to get her to lead right. And with her putting her hip on me and kicking out and biting and putting her face in mine, I just don't feel safe, honestly, putting my face and my body that close to her mouth right now. So until she gets a little bit more understanding on the ground that stuff is not acceptable, we're going to be working on getting her to go forward off the whip and off my arm and backing up and maybe flexing and yielding the hindquarters. Maybe those two. But as of right now, just teaching her, would you stop chasing the cats every noise they make? Anyways, getting her to go forward off of pressure, and she's already yielding her hindquarters pretty well. See, they can't even come down off their stool without him freaking going after them. Anyways, this video is going nowhere. I lost my train of thought, but that is Kimani's story, and I'm so sorry that it was so long. Sorry, guys.